It's Saturday, June 8th here at GAC, and it's another beautiful blue sky day here at camp. A highlight from yesterday that I want to make sure to point out is that dinner was chicken pot pie. And one of our jobs that we need to do during this leadership prep time is test out all of Goldie's menu items, and the chicken pot pie was absolutely great. She even had vegan and gluten-free options for us, which was amazing. Today on Whadda Day, I'm really excited to bring you my interview with Slim and Delta, our junior counselor directors for 2019. Well, I'm really excited today on the Whadda Day podcast. I have our junior counselor directors, Delta and Slim. Welcome.
Thanks. This is exciting.
Well, it's really fun to have you guys on. Why don't we start by just having you guys introduce yourselves, say how long you've been coming to camp, and what makes you keep coming back to GAC. Delta, go ahead and go first.
So I'll go first. My name is Delta, and this is my 10th summer on staff, which is amazing. And the reason I keep coming back is genuinely it has become a family to me. The people I meet, the people just year after year, even the campers have become like family, like little siblings, and it's so nice to see them year after year and see how they've grown.
Fun.
Yeah, I'm Slim. This is my 8th summer, and I come back, the relationships. I'm really excited too this year. I have 4 former campers on staff, and I'm so excited to see what they do.
So 4 of your campers who were in one of your cabins when you were a counselor are now going to be counselors.
Like 2012 campers.
Oh my gosh.
They were like 11 and 12, and they're like, I can tie my shoes, don't worry, I got this. I packed my own bag this year, and now they're going to be in charge of kids. I'm
that's
excited.
so fun. Yeah, it's like the next generation. You're getting to see. If you stick around long enough here.
Yes, I can attest to that. Because yesterday or this morning, I realized that 3 of mine are now on leadership. So it's like, not only staff, but have now next staff.
Yes. Well, we are just so excited. The role that you guys are in this year is actually really an important one. You're working with our junior counselors. Why don't you tell us, Delta, who are our junior counselors?
Yeah, so our junior counselors are our teens in camp. So this summer they're all coming out of 11th grade. So usually 10th or 11th grade coming out. And they are just eager to be back at camp. They're all former campers, which is really fun. They're eager to be back at camp to learn a lot of what our staff are learning and get a lot of hands-on training and then be with the campers. And so they're just looking forward to hopefully being a counselor one day and being that transition role.
And Slim, you were one of our junior counselor directors last year. So why don't you talk about like how long the program is and kind of how it works?
Definitely. So it's a month-long program. So 2 sessions. The first session, they get a lot of training. They lifeguarding. They get GCBC just like our counselors do. They get cross-train at their desired activity. So they get a lot of training to prepare them so they know what's coming. And the next 2 weeks they're placed in a cabin and they're essentially a counselor helping the GC and AC with that, and they do everything a counselor would do, just with a little more supervision.
Okay. You threw out a lot of acronyms there. This is GAC lingo.
Absolutely.
And there perhaps are some people listening to this or watching us today that haven't been to camp before.
Definitely. Yes.
So let's just like scroll it back a bit. Go back in time a bit. Why don't you the first one that you use, you said GC and AC. Why don't you first say who those are?
Right. So a GC is a group counselor, and they stay with the kids and they go to activity with them. They're with them for the majority of the days, except on days off. Activity counselors live in the cabin with them and eat meals and have campfire with them, but then they actually go during activity periods and lead the activities with whichever cabin's there.
Right. Good description. Just like it says in the counselor guide, in the glossary.
8
Word
years
for
and
word.
you finally get it.
It's really locked in. The other thing that you referred to was GCBC, which is
yes, ma'am.
Group Counselor Boot Camp, which is part of our training for our counselors. It actually goes on next week. You are actually both leaders of that training. So you're along with the head counselors as the junior counselor directors. You'll be leading that training. And why don't you talk a little bit about what Group Counselor Boot Camp entails?
Yeah, so group counselor boot camp entails it gives a lot of essentials for the group counselors on what to expect, because this might be some of their first times in this sort of role of supervising kids. So some of the things we go over is how to handle campers when they're missing home, how to deal with camper conflicts and things like that, and how to encourage campers too to have the best time at camp. And I know there's
another thing we really do is try to prepare them on the different things that happen, activities, building cabin culture. So we really want to make that, if nothing else, like they're going to have that tight family at camp, and the why behind it, why we have campfires, why we like to be unplugged and really talk to each other and teach kids the importance of that and how it has an impact on their lives.
Yeah. So, well, we're just thrilled, and I know all of the junior counselors coming in, all of them know you both already, which is really nice because you both have at different times been group counselors for some of our older campers. So a lot of them have circled back as junior counselors. So we're just really excited. And so how are you guys feeling about the summer right now?
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's like surreal. It's really fun. I just like can't believe it's like already here, and like we're prepping and we're getting ready for their arrival, and it's just
I spent 9 months just like like I'm daydreaming in class. I'm like, man, we're at camp. I could just do this with my students, but I guess we'll do it this way.
It's gonna be so fun, and it's really fun that we get to do it together because we're both from the South. Like we're both from the same state, and we came to camp, which is funny, and we've kind of like grown a friendship here too, so it's nice that we get to do it together. So,
well, I think we should mention then this bit of a rivalry. Can you explain just kind of this ongoing conflict?
We have 8 or 9 hours on this podcast. So we go to rival schools, and every sporting event when they play, it's a super big deal. You don't want to lose, bragging rights.
No.
And if you lose, you're like, well, I'm not going on social media. I'm not going to go out in public. I'm going to sit in my room. I don't want to see anybody, because someone's going to bring it up and just upset you.
So Slim went to Mississippi State.
Right.
I went to Ole Miss, and we are big rivals. So it's really fun that we get to. It's a friendly rivalry. Sometimes.
Yeah.
And you get to set an example for the junior counselors and the other staff here is how to have a friendly rivalry.
Because it's a natural thing. Like it's definitely natural. Whether it's sports, whether it's, whether it's schools or sports or anything like that, it's a very natural thing. But at the end of the day, it's your friend, and I'm not a part of it. Like I'm not a football player. I'm not any of that. Like it's my team. I support them, but I also support my friend and their happiness. So
it's almost a great way to teach them how to work hard when you're going against someone, whether they're competing for a job or in different positions on different sides. But at the end of the day, you're still friends. You can have a relationship that doesn't define you and the other people, and that sometimes isn't conveyed. And then they're adults and they don't know how to work with people that aren't on quote unquote their team.
We see this a lot with adults. So not only are you leading the junior counselors, but you're basically going to save the world too.
That's the game plan.
Not all superheroes wear capes, isn't that right?
Definitely. Okay, well, Delta, Slim, thanks so much for being on the Whadda Day podcast. I didn't forewarn you guys, but I know you can do this with me. I'm thinking that we need to start ending the podcast each day with just our camp slogan. And just remind everyone out there in the world, whether you're at camp, coming to camp this summer, or you're just a parent enjoying from afar, just always remember to have fun, make friends, and grow.